So today we will be talking about this Leetcod problem, maximum number of pairs in array. Over here, what they have mentioned is that you are given a zero indexed integer array nums. In one operation, you will be doing the following: choose two integers in nums that are equal. Remove both integers from nums, forming a pair. The operation is done on nums as many times as possible. So there is, you can do it as many times as you want. And what is the output? The output has to be an array with two elements. The first element will be the number of pairs that you have deleted. So in this example, we have deleted 3 pairs. And the second element will be how many elements are remaining in the nums array. So this is what this statement means. So if you go by this example, we can delete 1 and 1 in the first iteration. Then we can delete 3 and 3 in the second iteration. Then we can delete 2 and 2 in the third iteration. So we have done 3, we have removed 3 pairs. And what we are remaining, we are remaining with 1 element in this array. So output will be 3, 1. So my approach over here is to have a map that would give us the frequency. So your map will have key as the element and how many occurrences it has as the value. Then we would look on this map and find out how many pairs can be deleted. For example, let's say in our map 1 is occurring 5 times. That means we can delete 2 pairs of it. One, because there are 2 pairs and there is 1 remaining, so we can delete 2 pairs. That means we can remove total 4 elements and this just 1 element remains. So we can do a calculation based on this map to get an answer. The idea is that we have to delete as many numbers as possible. And let's say if you don't delete 1 and 1 here, but you start with like 3, it is also possible that you will get the same output, because the anyways in every iteration you want to delete the pairs. So it has to be a greedy approach. We have to go and delete as many numbers as possible. Alright. So what we can do is we can have a simple lookup object, and then we can loop through this nums array. So for let num of nums, and what we can do is we can check whether this num exists in the lookup array. So if lookup of num exists, so we have to assign this value. Okay, so we can check if the lookup of num exists, then add 1 to it. But for the first time our lookup object can be 0, I mean undefined. So we can use null coexistence operator. We are using this bracket so that it becomes an expression. So what we are doing is we are looping through each items in the nums array, and then we are assigning that to a lookup object over here. So lookup of num, so initially the first time it will be 1, but 1 is not available, so it will be 0. The next time 1 is available, it will count, it will be 0 plus 1 1, sorry, 1 plus 1 2. Okay, now that we have our lookup array, what we can do is we can go and see loop through this lookup array. We can use the for in operator over here, but let me have some constant total. So for let x in lookup. So I think x will give you the key. So what we can say is total plus equal to look up of x mod 2. So what will do this do is, for here our, let's say our key is 1 and the value is 2. So lookup of 1 will give you 2, and 2 more 2 is going to give you 0. That means we are going to delete that. There is no remaining items in the array. If the, in case of 2, uh, if you see this example, in case of 2, the value to key, its value will be 3 because there are 3 occurrences. So of lookup of 2 mod 2 will give you 1. So there are 1 item that is remaining in the array. So instead of this we can say total remain to make it more understandable. Now what we have to do is we have to return an array. The first element will be how many pairs we have deleted. So what we can do is we can, over here we have got how many items are remaining in the array, but we want to know how many pairs we have deleted. So we will have to do a calculation. What we will have to do is we have to say nums dot length minus total remain divided by 2, and over here total remain. Over here what we are doing is we are finding the length of the array. So here the length of array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. So 7 elements in the array. How many elements are remaining in the array? There is just one element remaining. So it will be 7 minus 1, which is 6. And we have to delete in pairs. So that is how we are doing, divide by 2. So this will give you 3 as the answer. And total remain is 1 because there is just one element as a remaining from this calculation. Let us try and run this program. Alright, so all our cases are accepted. Let me submit this. Okay, so this gives like 50.77% of it, and yes, this is the answer. There is one more a solution that I found which we could have used. Instead of using this lookup, we could have used the we could have used the reduce method from array. So let us try to solve using the reduce method. So let me comment this code. Okay, so what we can do is we can say constant lookup equal to nums dot reduce. So we can use reduce method to find out the frequency. We will have to pass the lookup object the current value over here, and then we will have to pass the array, sorry, the object over here. Now in this lookup, what we can do is we can have type, because we are using TypeScript. Let us we just have a type of t lookup is equal to, we should have a key which is of type number, and we should have a number. So I am not sure about this type. Let is followed by no. The key has to be of type number, and the value has to be of type number. Let me just check in my solution over here. Yes, the key is of number. Okay, okay. So the key is of type number and the value is of type number, and this has to be inside a bracket. We don't know what is the key. That is why we have to use this square bracket in this lookup. Okay. So our output would be this t lookup. Okay, and then we can have this object as t lookup. Okay. Now over here what we have to do is, like in the first iteration we pass this empty object. Okay, so we'll have to spread this empty object. And in the second iteration, I mean, sorry, then what happens is we have to use the bracket because this is the value that we are passing, and then we need to check whether lookup dot value exists. If it exists, then add plus one to it. Okay. So I'm not sure why this is showing an error. Mm, okay, let me just check from here. You can directly check from here what is the issue. The spelling over here is the issue. Alright. So what we are doing over here is we are using the reduce function of JavaScript. Lookup over here is our constant, and let me run this program. Yes. So it is.